The story starts when the MC approaches Sarah to ask her how she got into that condition. Sarah, however, didn't take it well and thought he was just trying to look good by showing sympathy for her. She told him to leave her sight. Back at home, Sarah is severely bruised and beaten, lying on the floor. She tried to get up, but her day was ruined again because her mother was acting badly. She also thought about the conversation she had with the MC earlier, when he spoke to her, and she hoped nothing would happen moving forward tomorrow. The next day at school, the MC insists that Sarah have lunch with him by treating her, but she questions whether she is just some stray cat he picked up and denies the treatment. The MC tries to approach her again, wondering if she would be okay because he is afraid she might be hurt again. Sarah, on the other hand, still views his approach with suspicion and hostility as she tries to tell him his house is not this way and he shouldn't jump in and try to save her so recklessly. Even though he may have good intentions, he will eventually want something in return. When she was saying that she wasn't hungry, her stomach began to growl, so she accepted his treat. The MC stared at her while she ate, and she asked him why he thought she was so cute. She asked why someone with cuts and bruises and an eye patch was so cute, and she wondered why they were so close. The MC then gave her a sweet bun and told him to back off because his intentions were obvious. Pondering his intentions as she sat on the playground swing and he covered her supper, which she finds strange, wondering if she is his pet or anything. She ate the bread in silence at night while expressing disgust to the MC while she enjoyed her meal. The following day, the MC prepared a bento for Sarah, which he chose to give, but Sarah continued to stare at him suspiciously, wondering what he had put in it. She suggests that he is attempting to force his self-centered nature on her, and she wagers that he is the type of guy who would compose a romantic song for their girlfriend's birthday. The very next day, Sarah is completely naked as her mother snaps pictures of her to sell online for cash because she is a bad parent. When Sarah disobeys her mother's demands, she becomes enraged and kicks her, severely hurting her while yelling that she could have had a nice life if she hadn't been born. Sarah sobs and complies with her mother's wishes. The MC noted that she doesn't seem to like it and jokes about him not being put out, moving on to the next girl. Sarah sees the MC as a genuinely kind person, and because of this, she wonders if she could ask him for a favor. The following day, the MC decided not to talk to her, which makes her wonder if he got tired of her. Sarah asks the MC if he could have his way with her and whether he would do so, not expecting anything serious. The MC is astonished but declines, explaining that it would save her. Later that night, Sarah waits at the playground swing, unwilling to go home and wanting to escape her mother. Sarah continues to discuss the following day whether the MC feels good about caring for such a helpless girl and by being so kind to someone who is weaker than him. The MC, who is still hopeful and doesn't give up on her harsh words, confesses to Sarah with expectations after she bets that he hopes they will rely on him and become dependent on him. However, Sarah denied this and shut him down by saying she is covered in bruises, unfriendly, and only talks negatively about him. She questions how he fell in love with him and only sees his confession as collateral for his kindness as such, so she only finds this behavior disgusting. Even though she said all of that, she felt bad about shutting him down after he bought her dinner. She would be a little kinder to him tomorrow. She was trying to eat dinner when her mother interrupted, asking what she was eating and where she got the money. She explained that it was from a classmate, and the mother grabbed her food and threw it away. She should ask them for something worthwhile the next time, like her customer for the day, to which she was abruptly reminded that a guest was arriving tonight. According to her mother, the customer came in because he wanted to have his way with her and loved purchasing her photos online. When the door opens, a middle-aged man asks if she's ready to have some fun tonight. When she says no, her mother yells at him, telling him that she has no duty to refuse. The old man leans forward and tries to touch her, telling her that he would be gentle. She kicks him, causing him to bleed, and he gets enraged and throws a punch at her. Sarah meets her end, now covered in bruises and in excruciating pain, and the old man leaves for the day, promising to return for her once she recovers. When Sarah arrived at school the following morning, she was much more battered. The MC notices this and becomes concerned, asking if she is okay. Sarah responds negatively, saying that it should be obvious enough, but he still asks. She reminds him not to give him nice points because it is annoying and there is nothing he can do to help. She then asks if he can have her way, knowing that the MC will still say no, and accuses him of not doing so because it would never have happened. The MC in the gym invites Sarah to visit his home. By kidnapping her, Sarah perceives this as a form of protection. His intentions are blatantly obvious and strange, but she has a fascinating thought about him and is certain that she would have the courage to attack him, so she consents to do so. The MC reassures Sarah that he will protect her, so she can unwind. However, Sarah is still cautious because she doesn't think anyone can unwind in the house of someone they don't even like, but she notes that it's better than going home, and even though she is dating someone else the moment she finds someone better, she still looks forward to dinner. The MC grinned because he was looking forward to what they were going to accomplish. There was nothing Sarah could do about his hidden agenda for playing savior, and the best he could do was to at least try not to make her uncomfortable. Sarah noticed this and questioned his expression, to which the MC replied that he was excited. Sarah then pointed out that while it might be a fun little sleepover for him, to her it is taking refuge. Since it's the only thing she has to wear, he apologized as he dressed her, but Sarah doesn't really care. And the only thing that bothers her is the idea that he might think she's wearing her boyfriend's shirt. Sarah then made the decision to assist with dinner preparation, something she insists on doing to avoid giving the impression that she is reliant on him by spoiling him. As a result, she has no intention of becoming even more reliant on him. When the MC asks Sarah if she cooks a lot when preparing supper, she responds that she doesn't, but she doesn't want to delegate all of the cooking to the MC, even if she lacks experience. Sarah then chooses to start slicing the veggies. Sarah cuts her finger while chopping the vegetables. She tells the MC not to worry about it, but he insists that she step aside and not hurt herself anymore. The MC thinks it's sad when a girl gets hurt, and she finds her creepy because she has nothing to do with him, so he shouldn't worry, but he insists that she doesn't get hurt anymore, so she gives in because she will be good and be a nice girl, but if she waits too long, she will help no matter how hurt she gets. When the food is ready and cooked, Sarah cries for the first time as she eats delicious food. She tells the MC to stop talking and to stop staring at her because he is bothersome and fussing over everything, but in her mind, she wonders how long it has been since she had a hot meal because it tastes so good. As the two get ready for bed, the MC wants to eat with her again tomorrow, but she still criticizes him because she thinks it is disgusting that he watches her eat the entire time. She still anticipates the next meal and recommends miso soup and rice. The MC suggests that Sarah sleep on the bed as night falls. Sarah then remarks that his bed smells and that she feels much more at ease on the floor. However, she then jokes that he might be thinking that she would feed him poorly and that they share a bed, which makes her laugh and think he's gross. As they go to bed for the night, she jokes that she won't be able to sleep and relax because she is in the same room as him and his breathing is frightening and rough. After a brief pause, she asks the MC a question. She begins by questioning why he is going to such lengths for her and whether he is getting anything from it, since no one as bruised as she is could be considered cute. She may still be hostile, and no matter how nice he is, she still calls him names and swears, and she makes fun of him for being a big machistic pervert if he wants to do it badly. As soon as she heard this, the MC clarified that he only wanted to save her and that he wants to treat her with kindness no matter how she treats him because she wants those injuries to heal. She eventually grew dependent on him after realizing that the MC would ultimately protect her and that he should see this through to the conclusion. As they sit together, they appear to be seatmates, and the MC smiles, which bothers Sarah because even though they are together at home, the MC still wants to be together at school. She finds this off-putting, but she believes he is unquestionably him. When he apologizes to Sarah for not preparing her lunch, she jokes that she didn't have great expectations of him. She quickly responds that she is joking since he has already done so much for her by preparing her breakfast and doing her laundry, and she wants to make up for it by anticipating supper. The MC invites Sarah to an after-school date as the school day comes to an end. She jokes that she can't turn down his offer because she is currently in debt to him, but she actually accepted wholeheartedly. The two stop by for crepes, and Sarah says she has never had one and that he doesn't have to buy her one. As they walk through the mall, the MC insisted on buying Sarah a cute hoodie because he wants her to see herself dressed up. She teases him about being gross, but she accepts his offer because she can't keep borrowing his clothes forever. Sarah chooses to try on the clothes he bought her, and the MC compliments her on her cuteness because it looks good on her. This made her enjoy the hoodie that was given to her. According to Sarah, this is the first time she has ever worn such adorable clothes, and since she was young, she could see all the kids around her wearing fancy clothes. Even her birthday and Christmas didn't exist, to which she really hated them because it was obvious who was the lucky one. She berates the MC for thinking she will fall for him after calling him out as gross, but in reality, she is so happy because this is the first gift anyone has ever given her, and she will take good care of it. The MC promises that it will last because he will make sure she is happy going forward. Sarah questions whether this was a proposal and finds it disgusting. Hearing this made her hungry, so they decided to have omuris for dinner. As the MC was about to cook, they realized that she had forgotten to get eggs from the store, which she was really looking forward to tonight. Sarah insists on buying some eggs because she will go to the store to buy some. The MC that night waited and waited, but she never returned, leaving him haunted and causing him anxiety. When the MC meets Sarah at school the very next morning, he knows something happened to her and insists on calling the police or for aid. Sarah dismisses this idea, saying that he has done enough and that she will handle the situation no matter how terrible things go or how much they beat her. He is so kind to her that she feels satisfied with that. She wonders whether she can ask for more, and she begins to cry as she talks about how he chats to her every day to the point of becoming obnoxious and even making her lunch without her asking. Even though her home is hell, she is really happy right now and she will be able to bear it. She sobbed a lot, wanting to keep things this way because if her parents are caught, she will definitely not be able to stay here, which she would hate the most, and she wants to be next to him, even if only briefly. When the MC insists that she stay longer, Sarah firmly replied that she had enough fun today and that they would see each other again tomorrow. However, the MC knows that if he lets her go home and they discover that she is with him, she will probably end up in a worse situation the next time, so even if he begs the police to step in, it might put her in an undesirable situation. He feels that if he lets her go home now, he will regret it for the rest of his life, so without hesitation, he suggests fleeing somewhere far away. Even though the MC still wants to stay with her, Sarah thinks this is a bad and stupid idea, and she questions whether he is an idiot because it would ruin his life too if they do that. In the end, she felt relieved and thanked the MC because she finally decided to run away together. The two went back to his house, where she asks him if he has any idea where to actually run away. He has no plan and apologizes to her because it was the only thing he could save and tell her at the moment, but she doesn't find this too concerning. As she puts on a hat, he compliments her on her cuteness, and as she gets ready for their getaway, she can't wait to eat the bento he made. The MC promises to protect her, so she can rest easy as they ride the train far away. Sarah mentions that he said that they would run away together, and hearing that made her happy. She appears to be enjoying herself, the MC remarks. This is her first time traveling far away, and she is enjoying herself because it's with him. She was never permitted to go on family vacations. Since Sarah is accustomed to being outside and gave him her jacket so she wouldn't be bothered by the cold, she was perfectly happy when the MC was unable to get them a room when they stopped at their far-off destination. In fact, Sarah is having a great time, especially since it's just the two of them in the park at night. Additionally, the MC wanted to address Sarah. He confesses once more, but this time he tells her, "I love you." Sarah, on the other hand, asks if he is okay with someone like her, who is covered in bruises, unpleasant, and always demeaning, on top of the fact that she is bringing him a lot of problems. The MC, Rizz Sarah, compliments her on how she likes to eat, how adorable she is when she gets rice in her mouth, how she listens even when she isn't interested, and how she usually acts cool and cute yet looks great in cute clothes. Sarah became agitated and told him to stop in an awkward way. When he finally asks if they can go out together, Sarah falls in love with the MC Rizz and asks him to take care of her. As the two sit on the bench admiring each other, a figure behind Sarah is seen holding a knife. Sarah tells the MC to go home and she will be fine, but the capturer is her mother, who tells them both they are not going anywhere. The mother hates the MC because he put unwarranted thoughts in her daughter's mind and will never forgive her. When Sarah trembles and begs her mother to stop, she will do anything she wants as long as she doesn't hurt him. The mother interprets this as a sign of disdain and will end their relationship. The MC tries to stop her by going out with a guy, but he blacked out and wakes up with no memory of what happened because he was in the hospital when he woke up. Sarah was by his side as he glanced about, unsure of his well-being. Although Sarah is unharmed, the MC is seriously hurt, and fortunately a neighbor happened to pass by and save them. He could have died saving her. Sarah yells at the MC in rage at how foolish he can be and how unworthy she is, and she is also very worried because she doesn't know what she will do if he never wakes up again, so she sobs in silence. Sarah thanks the MC for saving her and for surviving, but the consequences were that her mother was arrested, leaving her without parents. As a result, he apologizes for the police involvement, which was her mother's mistake rather than his. The MC insists that they hugged as the nightmare came to an end, and even though she would be sad to see him no more because she is finally free of that nightmare and thought she would be happy together forever, they were inseparable until the very end, and on their last day together, they made a promise to each other that he would come get her. 5 years have since he made that promise. The two reconnected, and the MC stated that he couldn't contact her since it was difficult to locate her. She apologizes for not going where he is. She could have gone since she knew where she lived, but she kept thinking she would just cause more trouble, so she never did. She also compliments him on a job well done in finding her, jesting that he would be a good stalker, which is a little unsettling. The MC's desire to live together startled Sarah, who asked if he was really paying attention. She says that it would cause him more problems, which she doesn't want. She thinks back to 5 years ago, when he served her lunch and spoke to her every day, making her so happy that she dared not ask for more. The MC gives Sarah the assurance that she can and that he will make her much happier going forward. The MC wants the two of them to be happy together, but Sarah is afraid she won't be able to make him even happier. As the MC begged her to stay with him, Sarah wailed, wondering if she could truly stay with him. She instantly grabbed the MC and hugged him, screaming that they would never be apart again and that she loved him deeply. The MC invited Sarah to his place after the disturbance, where she calls him a creep and taunts him about trying to take advantage of a crying girl. She is joking because she knows he is not that kind of person. Consequently, the two ended up wanting to eat omuris and leading normal, happy lives together, bringing our touching story about his bruised classmate to a happy conclusion.